Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to part 5 of the build for the Liberator. Today we should be able to get the fuselage and the front nose section all mated together today. But we're going to start by putting on the, so just painting the guns up on the waist section there. So I'm just using a flat black. Nope, so what we'll do, we'll use now I get the gun mess up. I haven't painted the bit where the masking tape is covering the part, but purely because of the fact that there's no point in doing so, because it's going to be stuck to the side anyway. So now I'm also just going to paint this little bit here as well. Just make it a little bit just to keep it, and that's not going to get seen very much. I know it's not been. There we go. Right, that's all done. Okay, we're just going to get the fuselage interior all in. Just to say that I forgot to go and paint the Alsan chemical toilet there. So okay, so that's all painted up now. We're going to get this part in. And just where I've actually painted on the plastic, I'm just going to file it away. And then what we can do is get our plastic magic. And we'll just okay, that goes in. And that goes in there like so. I hope you can see that. Actually, oh, that's in the wrong. There we go. There, that's in. Right, now then. Now all we need is to get the ports goes in. And that goes in there like so. So some little locating holes here. And we're going to try and get it in. There we go. So I'm just going to get my tweezers a minute. And there we go, that's in. Okay. Right, so there we go. I'll be back in a bit. Right, let's get this part in now, shall we? So what we're going to do is take our file. We'll just file away some paint that may have got onto the edges. Just got to be a bit careful because I don't. And it goes just there. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we'll just put on some. We'll just put some glue on. There. Is that sticking? Yeah, that's in now. Okay, and we're pretty much there now, apart from getting the starboard gun in place. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, let's get the starboard gun in place, starboard waist gun in place. Okay, so we don't want that. We want the and there we go. We can leave the leave that to do its job. It's in place there, so there we go. And now the moments of truth. Well, there's a gap there. And the gun has disappeared. There we go. Ah. That's come apart as well, so what we're going to do is get this all glued back in again. And just for safe, this part's come out as well, so I think what we'll do, we'll get it back in again. And we'll just stick some glue there. Right, there we go. That's on. Right, let's try, and this time, let's see if we can try and get it. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That is. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear a piece of masking tape off. And we're going to glue the fuselage all together. So here we go. Okay, well that's that one. That's that bit done. Okay, just get some glue in there. Okay, we just need to get some glue in. So we're getting there gradually with the fuselage. And I don't think we need to do any more gluing. Okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, guys. Well, I seem to have missed out a couple of steps. Step 41 and steps 40 and 41. So what we're going to do is just going to put a bit of gluing all around here. I think we're in there. Right, now the other thing is I need to somehow get this in there. And that seems to work all right. And that seems to work okay. So what we'll do, he won't go out. Let's get my tweezers out again. Right, there we go. And then what we need to do, take that back just a tiny bit, put a bit of glue in. And then we can put a little bit of masking tape over that. And that's pretty much the fuselage all done now. Okay. Okay guys, we're on to step 44, and it involves getting the fuselage connected to the front nose section. So, and I think what we can do now is that is safely that's just trying to get this all that's one that's truly stuck together now, isn't it? Because now we can actually see whether if we can actually get the fuselage all and that's how it should look when it's all glued together. So I think all we need to do now is to get at least, we'll get a bigger bit of masking tape ready. Sorry about my phone going off. There we go. That's the masking tape all set. That's ready to clamp it all together. Now here's what we need to do. We will put this on there. And then what we could ask, I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but there we go. I'll tell you what I'll do. just get a bit of glue on this side as well. So it's just using that as a bit of as a clamp, really, to try and clamp it all together. So that's pretty much the fuselage all complete. Okay, so there we go. All right. Okay, there's a couple of parts which I need to do in step 43. Okay, but because the area is all covered over with masking tape, I'm going to leave that now to part 6. Okay. Okay, but in the meantime, we're going to focus on getting the rudder assembly all done and dusted. So we just leave the. So what I'm going to do is yeah, that needs to be. And now what we've got to do is to just there we go. Right, actually that could do a bit of a you know, that's no, that is now just dry fitted, right? So what we can now do is to go and get a bit of glue on. Okay, and we just put a bit. And then what we'll do is just and maybe just run a bit down there, and then all we've got to do is to stick on. There we go. Right. Okay, so we want these two parts next. Okay, so get that out of the way for a minute. Right. Just give that a bit of a file down. Now we've got to see how it works out. Okay, now we've got okay, that needs to come off. I think that should go like there, right. That's just dry fitted now, so what we'll do now is we'll just put a bit of glue in there and all way around. I'm just dry fitting the right. So there we go. That's one rudder done. Now let's okay. Yeah, let's get the other one off as well then, which is part C5 and C6. Right. Okay, so which is these two parts here. So there's no need for me to film this, so what I'll do is I'll switch on. So what I'll do is I'll get on and we'll. So no, I'll tell you what. I'll switch the camera off and I'll get these all cut and I'll get these cut up and. All right. Okay, guys, we're all set ready now to go and put the rudders on. Okay, so what we'll do is and that goes. There we go. There's one done. And Right, that's now on. Now I wonder whether if it's worth it just test fitting it onto the back of the fuselage. We might be able to get that on today, I think. Hopefully this will have stuck together now, so yeah, that's stuck. Well, it's really stuck now. Let's test fit it a minute, because I think that goes over that. No, I think it's got the wrong side. There we go. There we go. That's it. Yeah. Let's get it on, shall we? Let's get it on. Let's just put a bit of glue on there as well, then I know and that seems to be sticking down. All right, I think. Well, I think what we'll do. Oh, well. So just to anchor that down a bit. Well, that's what I was looking for. There we go. Got a bit of masking tape on there, and that will call it. And there, I will call it a day. All right. Well, guys, that's it. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've actually got quite a lot done today because I've got the interior finished, put the fuselage on, got the cockpit all together, but one thing I wasn't expecting. Really expecting to do was to put the rudders on today. So yeah, so there we go, the rudders are all on. Okay, as I say, there's a bit here that needs to go in, but that's all covered up in masking tape, so I'll get that on in the next episode. And also, if you just see here, I'll get my pen a minute. Just here, there are some holes. Okay, and there's a little bit part that needs to go in there, so we'll put that on in the next episode as well. Okay, but the main focus of Wednesday's video will be the wings. Okay. And also, I'm on a week's holiday. Okay, so there'll be an extra video coming out on Friday, the 30th of May. In which case, I hope to get the engines in as well. So So yeah. So once again, guys, if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, why don't you? And comment, share the video, and more importantly, subscribe, because it will help to grow the channel. So in the meantime, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.